Hi, sixth graders. This is Mrs. Frederick, and I'm so sorry I couldn't be there with you today on our first day of a brand new semester. It was completely my plan to be there, but I actually had knee surgery on Thursday. Long story short, I just hurt some cartilage in my knee back in December, and all those crazy snow days we had kind of set my plan back. My plan was to be with you for 3 days of our our second semester, 3 days together, and then I would have had surgery and then came back. But since we just finished up first semester on Friday, and my knee's not healing as well as I thought it would, that's why I'm not there with you today. But you have a lovely sub with you who is there to take care of you and help you out. And the cool thing about the first 3 to 4 days of our time together in the beginning of the semester is that we're really just working in our sketchbooks. So what I would like you to do now is that if you brought a sketchbook with you to pull it out, if you did not bring a sketchbook, then you are going to grab some drawing paper. And the drawing paper is right up at the front of the room, kind of right behind the IFP board, probably where you're watching me right now. So grab at least 2 sheets of drawing paper and something to write with too. So hopefully you've got a pencil or a pen or something. So I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to do that. So grab your sketchbooks, grab at least 2 sheets of drawing paper. Everybody needs something to write with, their sketchbook, and some drawing paper. Okay. If you don't have a sketchbook with you and you're like, oh shoot, I need a sketchbook, you do. But I should be back by Tuesday, definitely Wednesday. I just got to make sure I can walk, But if when I come back on Tuesday or Wednesday you still don't have a sketchbook, like you're not able to get it, I can make one for you. We just staple some paper together. It's quick, easy peasy, so I can do that for you when I get back. And if you have a sketchbook, good for you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You are going to take that first page in your sketchbook or that 1 sheet of drawing paper, and you are going to draw a line down the middle of it vertically and then a line across it horizontally. So you will have 1 sketchbook page or 1 piece of drawing paper with 4 quadrants. So you're dividing your page down vertically and horizontally. Okay, we're going to be doing in the next couple days together a series of drawings in your sketchbook, but I don't want the drawings to take you a really super long time. So that's why within the next couple class periods, you're going to be dividing your sketchbook pages into those 4 quadrants because you're going to fit 1 drawing into each quadrant. And I wish I had sketchbook examples here with me. That'd make it a lot easier for you. But okay, so everybody has a sheet of paper in front of them or their sketchbook, and they have 1 line drawn vertically and then 1 line drawn horizontally. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. Cool. You can set that aside. We're going to need it in a minute. Okay. You are going to flip your page to a new blank page in your sketchbook. If you don't have your sketchbook, you are taking your second sheet of blank paper, and this page is going to be your definitions page. So I'd like you to give it a title. Our title for the next couple class periods for what we're doing is called The Elements of Art. And if you look up on the chalkboard, I'm trying to think if I'm facing you, it's probably over there. There are a bunch of posters over there. There's posters that are in red. Those are the principles of design. We learn about those in 7th grade. And the posters that we're going to be talking about for the next couple days are in blue. So color, let me see if I can remember the order they're in. Color, shape, space, texture, form, value, line, I think. We're going to talk about color and probably shape today. So like I said before, those quadrants are where you're going to put drawings, where you're showing me that you understand everything that we talk about the elements of art. And then your blank page that I just told you to title the elements of art is where we're putting our very simple definitions, okay? And these color, shape, space, texture, form, value, line, 7, I think. I don't know, it's easier when I can look at them in the classroom. But these posters are really the building blocks of art. We're going to be referencing color a lot and shape a lot. And we're going to be doing a lot of different texture, a lot of different projects that deal with what we're going to be learning in the first couple class periods. So yes, it is kind of easy and you're just kind of hanging out at your tables, getting to know one another, maybe meeting some new classmates. and just kind of relaxing drawing in your sketchbook. It's not meant to be anything that's super, super intensive, and you would be doing the same thing if I were there, okay? All right, so on your definitions page, you have a title that says the elements of art. You can also write today's date. It's just good sketchbook habit to do that. So the date is Monday, February 4th. Monday, February 4th. Awesome. So you could just do 2/4/19, and you have the elements of art. The first element we're learning about is color. So give yourself a little title that says color right underneath the elements. And you could underline it maybe. Okay. So you should have your blank piece of paper says the elements of art at the top. It has today's date, and then it has color. Color, here's your definition, what you're going to write down. Color is made of light. That's it. Color is made of light. Super, super easy. It pretty much means that without light, sunlight, incandescent lights, halogen lights, lights like this in my bedroom while I'm just kind of hanging out, icing my knee, allow us to see color. So if it were, a pitch black room and no light, you wouldn't be able to see color. So your definition is color is made of light. Okay? All right, so you can slide, keep your definitions. We've got a couple more things. In terms of color, there are 3 different categories of color that I want to talk about today with you. So the first category of color you've learned about since you were probably 5 or 6 years old. And when I'm in class talking with kids about it, I'm always like, what is it? What do you think it is? Like, what category of color? They're like, primary colors. I'm like, yep, you're right. So right underneath where it says color is made of light, give yourself a little number 1, and you can write primary. And then make sure you write red, yellow, blue. Those are the primary colors. Okay? So you've got primary, red, yellow, and blue. And then the second category of color, which you may have heard about also, are called secondary colors. And our secondary colors are colors that are made by using the primary colors. So give yourself a little number 2 and write secondary. And your secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. Okay. And the third category of colors, we're going to be learning a lot about color, but our third category of color, just for our discussion today, are complementary colors. And if you look at the color wheels in the room, I've got a couple around. I've got one color wheel above the sinks, and I've got a color wheel on that. There's like a brown cabinet. There's a color wheel there too. Our complementary colors are color pairs that are directly across from each other on the color wheel. So you have a little number 3, and you're writing complementary. And your complementary color pairs are red and green. You can see how they're right across from each other on the color wheel. Orange and blue, and purple and yellow. Okay, so your notes, and I wish I would have grabbed like a piece of paper or something so I could kind of show you how I want it to be, but so you've got a title, says the elements of art. Then you have color. Color is made of light. And then you've got a number 1 that says primary, red, yellow, blue. A number 2 that says secondary, orange, purple, green. And a number 3 that says complementary. And you'll have blue, orange, purple, yellow, green, red. And those are your color notes. Okay, so now you can kind of slide your notes to the side because you've taken all your notes that you need for color. What you're going to do now is go to that page or grab that sheet where you divided the paper into 4 quadrants. So like I said, you are going to be doing 1 drawing in each of these little quadrants because I don't want you to take too long to do it. But in the same vein, I also don't want you to rush through these either. I learn a lot about you guys, especially as 6th graders. I've never had any of you in art before, so it's really exciting. But I learn a lot about you and your work habits by just these really simple drawings. So you're showing me that you either like to rush through things and finish first, or you're showing me that you like to take your time. But either way, I want you to spend probably like 5 to 10 minutes on each one of these drawings that we're going to be doing next. So you've got 3 kind of sections of color that we just talked about, right? We've got primary colors, secondary colors, and complementary colors. So in your sketchbooks or on that separate sheet of paper, in the first quadrant, you are going to draw a design or a drawing. It can be like shapes and colors and lines and abstract, Or it could be like a yellow beach with blue water and a red sun, or it could be like blue elephants standing on red beach balls with yellow bows on their heads. I don't know, something like that. So it can be a design or it could be an actual image of something, but you're only using red, yellow, and blue. And if you look by the chalkboard, I have a whole little wheelie cart of colored pencils and markers that you can use. If you have your own, that's fine too. But I also have on the materials table, there's a table up front that has, like, I think a couple boxes of old projects because, goodness, we had 6 snow days and then I had this knee surgery, so I'm sure the room is just delightful. But there's 2 boxes of markers and colored pencils. You guys are free to use there as well. So you are doing, like I said, a design or a drawing with only red, yellow, and blue in that first quadrant. In the second quadrant, you are creating a design or a drawing using only purple, green, and orange. You're showing me that you understand the secondary colors, okay? And in that third quadrant, you are going to create a design or drawing using one complementary color pair. So choose one. Choose red and green, or choose purple and yellow, or choose blue and orange, okay? And the same thing, you can do a design or a drawing, but you're only using one set of complementary colors, okay? And I'm gonna make a separate video talking to you about shape because I don't know how long this is gonna take you guys. But spend about, like I said, 5 to 10 minutes on each drawing. Make sure you've got the notes correct, and we'll be back with shape.